I doubt that very few people really like this map, including myself. But it's the best we can do for the citizens of this state in representing ourselves to the United States Congress. And with that, I thank you for a good vote, and I close.
That's a question.
Motion.
Senator Johnson.
Motion to pass.
We have a motion from Senator Johnson and a second from Senator Thompson. Do pass on House Bill 1322. Does anyone want to speak on the motion? Senator Pritchard.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'll be very brief. The last time we talked, 82% of the people in Fayetteville were against this plan. And I was asked the question, I think, by Senator Johnson, as to how was that question asked? It was very simple. Do you want to go to the third, do you want to stay in the 3rd Congressional District, or do you want to go in the 4th? So that's why I'm speaking against the motion. The people that this is affecting overwhelmingly do not want this to pass. I appreciate it.
Senator Thompson.
I agree with what Senator Pritchard said. I think there are probably 82% of the people in Washington County who are in the city of Fayetteville who probably don't want to go to the 4th district. I suspect that's also the case in Sebastian County, in Polk County, and I would probably concede that if you did a poll throughout the 3rd district, you would find a large percentage of the people who don't want to be moved to another district, and that's the problem. And that's why this is the most difficult issue I've worked on since I've been in the legislature, because we've got to move a bunch of people around another district who don't want to go, but they have to move. You've got no is not an answer. With most bills that we face in the legislature, if we don't like them, we can vote no. Or if we don't want to deal with an issue, we don't have to deal with it. Or we can do it just a little bit. We don't have to do it all the way. But unfortunately, we can't say no to redistricting, and we can't redistrict just a little bit. We have to get this job done. And this bill meets the legal requirements. I'm not sure that anybody has contested that. It meets the requirements of one person, one vote, and that's why we're voting for it.
Senator.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I agree with what Senator Thompson just says. I think, well, we all know that. Some people have to go, and that's some of us are term limited have to go too. So sometimes there's a time you have to go, and we know that. But I guess the thing that we've talked about it before, is it about the people, or the politicians, or the political parties? And I think anybody in this room can, across this state knows what the people want is not this gerrymandered district, but one where we actually use some good old common horse sense and shrink it down in each of the districts, and the ones that are not increasing the population, let those expand. And there are a lot of ways to do that. As an industrial engineer, we can do better than this, and we need some opportunities. But I just say finally in this is that ultimately the people of the state of Arkansas are going to make a judgment on what we do here today and tomorrow. Now, probably what's going to happen here is that this is probably going to fail now in this vote. And then there's a possibility we may go up on the floor, and if there are 18 votes can be had, then it'll be pulled out of committee. It can't be voted on, as I understand it, till Thursday. So we're going to be hung up here till Thursday to vote on that bill. And of course, if there's 18, obviously it can be pulled out of committee, and then it can be passed ultimately in the Senate. Now, we can't suspend the rules because I don't think there's 24 there to do it. So it means we're going to be hung up here till at least Thursday, as I understand the deal, not serving the interests of the people of the state of Arkansas. So the thing that we need to reach a compromise here and fix this. And I respect Representative Paul and Senator Johnson. But to hang us up here till Thursday is something we know that's not going to fly, and that at least this member believes is not the interest of the people. There are some other things that work here, is that I just don't think that serves the people of Arkansas. And let me just reinforce this again. Every one of us members, those of us who are term limited, and every member of the legislature stands for election next year. And the voters of the people of the state of Arkansas, as somebody said here earlier, are going to watch how we vote and how we vote, whatever the name of the political parties after our name, and see who is looking out for the people of Arkansas and who was looking out for some other reasons. So that's why we need to, this bill needs to fail here, and then we need to get a compromise that serves the people of Arkansas.
Are there other comments? Okay, we're ready to vote? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no.
No.
Motion fails.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Let me say that we will meet tomorrow at the call of the chair if we have anything on an agenda. I do not know of plans to reconvene the Senate this afternoon. I'll be informed if there is such a plan. Not. Yes, Senator Hidden has a question.
We have our President pro tempore here, and does this mean that I can get in my car and go back home this afternoon? Or are we going to stay in session? We really need to know what our plans are for those of us who have other jobs. So
Senator
maybe
Bookout?
President Bookout could help us.
Yeah, I have other jobs too, Senator.
I know you do.
And I certainly think that we need to go back and visit here in just a few minutes because we just now got the vote, and we'll figure something out. There's only 35 of us, so we'll figure something out.
Okay, we are adjourned.